is VanCam. This is VanCam you waited for. Steve? Need to get my eyes tested. Hey, what about you? Kev Ashford back from his trip to Ireland. That's why there was no ManUtd VanCam last week. But let me just say, my friends, you are very welcome to this week's edition of the ManUtd VanCam. Hope everybody is well. I had a great old time in Ireland. I sat outside a bar, watched traffic going past and drank. And that's what I call my happy place. Also found time to go to the beach. Sat on a rock, looked out and asked myself the burning question. No, not will Jadon Sancho go to United, but will I ever hit 5,000 subscribers? I searched and asked. I shouted it to the sea. Didn't get any reply because there was nobody there. So anyway, we will be touching on loads of different things this week, all Man United. I'll be briefly looking at United's exit from the Europa League. Yes, we'll be talking Jadon Sancho, getting bored to fuck of that one if I'm being seriously honest. We'll be doing the Big VanCam debate. In the last Man United VanCam, Big VanCam debate, I was asking the question, you can only pick one, Sancho or Grealish, so I'll bring you the poll result of that. Thanks for everyone that got involved in that. We'll be doing CockStroker of the week, tweet of the week, and I'll be looking at some of your comments. So just hold on. Don't be switching off just yet because it's an action-packed show as always, and you, the viewers, make it all worthwhile. So nice one for tuning in and watching this shit. So Man United crashed out of the Europa League to Sevilla 2-1. Don't know what you lot thought, but not an absolute chance that Man United should have exited that competition. We had enough chance on the night to beat Sevilla. We just did not take them, which baffles me as to why so many people felt the need to get onto social media and point the finger at Ole Gunnar Solskjaer like it was his fault. Now, under the likes of Mourinho, Van Gaal, I'd get it, because we would not have created them chances. We would have gone out, maybe had one shot on target, shitload of possession and all that. It's bobbins, absolute shite. We didn't want to watch that. Ultimately, that's why them managers left. But under Solskjaer, come on. Against Copenhagen and Sevilla, we created, what, 47 chances, 47 shots, whatever. And we only scored 2 penalties. For me, that is not good enough. At the business end of the season, you need to be clinical. We did not take our chances. How can you blame Solskjaer for that? He set up the team right, and as an attacking force against Sevilla, that 15-minute spell in the second half, we should have put the game to bed. And you just knew that once Sevilla rode that storm out, it was like, if they get a counter-attack and a goal, there's not a chance we're scoring against these, because they'll shut up shop. And they did exactly that. And fair play to them. They've won the competition a lot of times. It's their competition. They know exactly how to beat teams and go about the business. And for United, we end the season, but we finished third. I'm not celebrating that, but, you know, if we hadn't have finished in the top 4 and we were riding on winning the Europa League to getting at the Champions League, I'd have been a bit more devastated. But yes, no trophy in the cabinet this season, but it's something to build on. There's loads of positives this season. Mason Greenwood has been sensational. Brandon Williams has broke into the team. Fred has really surprised me. He's turned it on. McTominay looks class. The future does look good. And the front three, that includes Martial. Rashford didn't end the season that great, but they need to recharge the batteries, and we will come back stronger, better and wiser next season. The Jadon Sancho transfer bollocks does continue, and this one is going to be a rough ride. We've had it over the years. Remember Wesley Sneijder, for Christ's sake. I do not want it to turn into another one of these. It's just the way it's played out in the media and that, and the way that Dortmund are acting, even the way United are acting. If Dortmund are asking and saying, well, you can have him, and you can have him for, let's say, 100 million, we want 100 million, and we've got United going, no, we don't want this, we want to give add-ons and that. If you want him, just go out and pay the money and get him. It's typical Manchester United, this. He's 20 years old, future star, he's absolutely shit up. They'll never lose the money on him. They'll always get that 100 million back if they ever looked at selling him. He'll only improve and get better. His price tag will go up. He'll sell shirts, merchandise. I'm sure that's what Man United will be looking at. What I don't want is Man United to miss out on Sancho, because next summer, after the pandemic and that and everything's calmed down, there'll be other clubs in for him. So this is the time for Man United to go and get a future superstar in the making. Bring him into the team. Look at the time that United fannied about with Ronaldinho. We had Peter Kenyon in charge at the time of that transfer. We offered him, what, 19 million, and then all of a sudden Peter Kenyon was like, oh, we'll give you 17, you know, 2 million for one of the best players of his generation, one of the best players that I've ever seen in the flesh. And we missed out on Ronaldinho because of a couple of million. What would he have done at Man United? And it's the same when you look at Jadon Sancho, a player that has got the same raw talent. He's unbelievable. So just go and sign him, man. Talked enough shite. That is the intro done and dusted. We're going to get straight into this week's show, as we always do, with the big VanCam debate. Last week I was asking you, you can have one, Sancho or Grealish, who would you choose? Thanks for everyone who voted in the poll. I'm going to bring that to you now in a thing called the big... I've just said it, yeah. Here we go. The big VanCam debate! This is the big VanCam debate. Now, the last time I did Man United VanCam, I threw out a question. I give you one option and another option. You had to choose between it. One of them options was Jadon Sancho. The other was Jack Grealish. I said, if you could only sign one, which one would you go for? And an overwhelming 93% of the people that voted from the Man United VanCam community went with Jadon Sancho. Thanks very much for voting. 93% of the VanCam community want to see Jadon Sancho instead of Jack Grealish. That was the question. So let's move on to this week's question. Alright, so I'm going about my daily business of driving and just being an absolute bellend and stuff. Driving about, yeah, that's what I do for a living. And I'm listening to TalkSport this week, and I heard Jamie O'Hara, ex-footballer, manages Faliraki Town or something, whoever they are. Exactly! Anyway, Jamie O'Hara come out with this comment about United's front three.
They won't win the Premier League with that front three.
Well, all right, then, well, okay. So what if you can see into the future? That's fine. I mean, I don't know why you're asking me. I mean, I'm telling you, that front three is excellent.
Oh, yes, indeed. He said that Manchester United will not ever win the Premier League with that front three. Now, that front three, I think, potentially could be one of the best in Europe, in the world. And the way that we finished the season, that front three was absolutely on fire. I'm talking Greenwood, one of the best talents in world football at the moment. You don't know. As a defender, you couldn't put him on his left foot or his right foot. You know, it's like me for the Fiddler's Green. Sometimes people will be like, show me onto his left, it's not as strong. Boom, I still put it in, like. But Greenwood is a strong left and right. You can't show him onto a weaker foot because you don't know what his weaker foot is. Martial finished the season really strongly. Rashford as well. The three of them will only get better and better. Now, Jamie O'Hara says Man United need a number 9. Now, this was something we debated ages ago. Is Martial a number 9? Can Rashford be a number 9? But how many teams actually play with a number 9 these days? Yes, you've got the likes of Lewandowski, Harry Kane, Sergio Aguero to an extent. These out-and-out goal scorers. We did have Lukaku. There's a reason we got rid of him. He slowed down United's play. He didn't want to be at Old Trafford as well, which was a big part of it. But now we've got a front three that can interchange, they can swap wings. We're back to the days of like Ronaldo and Nani swapping wings. You think of 2008, we had Tevez, Ronaldo, Rooney. They never stuck to the positions. They swapped, interchanged. Look at Liverpool, how they won the league this season. Would you really say that Firmino is a classic number 9? He scored 9 goals or something this season. That's not prolific number 9 shit, which is what Jamie O'Hara went on to say, that Firmino is a proper number 9. I would rather the goals be shared out along that front three and don't put too much pressure on one individual to go out and get your goals. Yes, I would love to have Ruud van Nistelrooy in his prime now, spearheading that attack, the likes of Van Persie and Andy Cole. but football has changed. So my question this week is, take into consideration all that, and I'm asking the question, can United win a title with that front three? Because I think it's other areas that we need to develop. Now, if we do bring Jadon Sancho in, wow. And we just have to sort out maybe a centre-back to play alongside Harry Maguire. My cheeky shout, and he's on the transfer list apparently, Barcelona need the cash, bring back Gerard Piqué. And as always, there is no sitting up on that fence. Make a decision. You click on the community tab of the ManUtd VanCam YouTube page and you cast your vote. Yes or a no, can Man United win a title with that front three? Don't sit on the fence. I had a mate called Dirty Denzel. Not exactly what you're probably thinking. He was just a dirty bastard. I mean, like, cleanliness wise, he stunk, man. Stunk of BO and shit and everything. But he couldn't make a decision one time. Went up on the fence, fell off it, broke his leg and missed the Catholic Cup final. The Fiddler's Green versus O'Neill's. The big grudge match back in 2003 when Kev scored the winner and we marched around the streets 11 June with the Catholic Club Cup. Yes, happy days, can't even say the word cup. What's the world coming to? Make a decision. For BIG VanCam Debate. Do you agree with Jamie O'Hara? You need to get onto the community tab of the ManUtd VanCam page and cast your vote. It's a simple yes or a no. Other Manchester United news that has dropped today is that our captain, leader, Harry Maguire has been arrested in Greece. Unbelievable, man. Manchester United have released a statement to say, yes, it is true. It's all over the news. Harry Maguire locked up in Greece. It does transpire that he was with, obviously, a group of mates and they've got into some kind of ruckus out on the streets of Greece in the early hours of the morning and they've been locked up for it. I can only think somebody's probably shouted like, there's Harry Maguire, you know, you big-headed bastard. Something along the lines of that. But if Harry Maguire was involved, he's obviously been arrested because he was part of the group. But if he has thrown punches and stuff, obviously them lads wouldn't have been in their bubble. And it's a breakdown, it's breaking lockdown rules. So, I mean, long-term, Man United will not mess about with this. I can't remember the last player for Man United that got arrested. So for Harry Maguire to go through this, if he's proven to be guilty, I can only see one thing happening, and that is stripping him of the captaincy. A lot of people have said, why did we give it Harry Maguire? Yeah, he's a big bastard, he plays at the back and all this, but is he a leader? It is questionable. And when you look at the passion and the way that Bruno Fernandes absolutely fucked the head off Victor Lindelof in the Sevilla game for that mistake, you know, he's probably saying, why don't you just clear the ball, why are you letting it go? That would be my man to be wearing that. I've not got an armband on, to be wearing the armband for Man United. Every single player at that club respects Bruno Fernandes. They've seen what he's done. He lifted the club in that second half of the season since joining. And before we get into CockStroker of the week, I have got some people to thank very, very quickly. These are the people that put pint donations into last time's video. It's via the super chat. So in typical style, let's kick that Irish beat. There we go. David Conry was in there. £5 said from the con man, Erica and myself. Thank you very much. That did not go to waste at all. Matt Rush was in there and said VanCam United. There was £5 in there. The Robson channel didn't have anything to say but threw in £4, 99p. Devil's Reject was in there, £1.99, and the Devil's Reject coming back in again, made a duplicate of £1.99. I've really enjoyed myself in Ireland, and thank you very much for all of that. Let's now do CockStroker of the week. CockStroker of the week. Possibly the best segment of the show. It is time for CockStroker of the week. Coming in at number 6 this week. Yes, 6 nominations. Number 6 this week is this bloke who went to buy a golf bag. Why not? He needs somewhere to stick his clubs. And that is not a euphemism. So he's gone in, he's got it down off the top. He's having a good scan of it. And he's probably now decided, this is not the bag for me. What are you going to do with it? You're going to put it back up there where you got it from, with your dirty coronavirus hands. You shouldn't be touching it anyway. Anyway, tries putting it back up, and yeah, we've got a right problem now. Yeah, proper problems. Somebody will put them back up, won't be him. Number 5 goes to all the Manchester City fans who decided to make the trip to the Etihad the night that they played Real Madrid in the Champions League knockout game. They decided to go all scouse on us, and we've heard the City fans slagging this kind of carry on, off, getting me ons and offs mixed up. Who cares, man? So they all turned up at the ground to basically cheer on the City bus and give the Real Madrid bus a bit of hostility, you know, and all that. This scouse mentality shit. And this is the same thing that Man City fans slagged Liverpool off for when Liverpool have done it in the past. They've had mates of mine saying, just go to the pub, have a drink before the game. Why would you want to meet 2 hours before the match to sing songs at a bus and all that? And I'm all for it, but now City have let themselves be down big time. And we need to take into consideration the pandemic. Stockport is a hot breeding ground for coronavirus at the minute. So the fact that this big clan of people moved from Stockport all the way to the Etihad, you know what I'm on about. And Greater Manchester itself is a hotbed. So it didn't work out well. Stay at home and stop being absolute tits. Number 4 is a Scottish lad who decides, well, he's gonna give it a go of running up a wall, you know, spinning round. Yay! Kung fu shit, man. What could possibly go wrong? That's what could go wrong, and it did. Manchester City were dumped out of the Champions League by a farmer team from France. Yes, that's how it went anyway. And Eastan Blue was quick to take to Twitter after this match to vent his anger. Who's he going to vent it at? Pep Guardiola for setting up the team shit, being too negative. Raheem Sterling for that unbelievable miss. No. Well done at UEFA. You got your revenge as expected. Taking it out on UEFA as if it was UEFA's fault that Manchester City went out of the Champions League. That man, Stu, I bet you drink the bitter stuff. That's what I'm guessing. But even Grego MCFC, one of your own, replied to this and summed it up absolutely perfectly. He said, we lost because we were shit. Let's not come across all scouse. Amen, sister or brother. Amen. Number 2 goes to somebody that's made CockStroker of the week before. He's an Arsenal fan. Yeah, obviously. Eddie Longbridge. Always got loads to say when it comes to Man United as well. Could Mikel Arteta be more successful than Sir Alex Ferguson? That's the question he threw out. Give time, he definitely can be. And on some levels, he already is. Now, all right, he won a trophy quicker than Sir Alex Ferguson did in his time at Man United. I will absolutely put everything I own on the fact that Mikel Arteta, for one, will not be at Arsenal for 26 years. He'll never win 2 Champions League trophies, 13 Premier Leagues, shitload of FA Cups, the lot, you know what I mean? World champions twice. Need I say more? Need I say more? What a ridiculous question. Comparing and even mentioning Mikel Arteta and putting him in the same sentence as Sir Alex Ferguson. The bit at the start should tell you all you need to know. Sir. Will there ever be a Sir Mikel Arteta? Will the bollocks? And number 1 this week, it's Manchester City. Manchester City this week have announced that they will honour David Silva with a statue outside the Etihad. I might as well get a low blow in there, but I'll probably get a few more in before I finish this. What are Manchester City honestly thinking? I thought they were supposed to be a massive club, man. And this, my friends, is small club mentality. Now, I am not for 1 minute dissing David Silva. I'll go as far as to say that from outside of United, he's been one of my favourite players. Always enjoyed watching him, even though the majority of the times he's been shit out against United. But sometimes you've got to sit back and think, this is a special player. A really, really top draw player. And he was. He'll be remembered as a Premier League legend. 10 years at Manchester City. Yeah, 10 years. They're going to honour him with a statue outside the ground. You look across the road at Man United. Who have we got statues of? Sir Matt Busby, the man that built Manchester United. Sir Alex Ferguson, Dennis Law, Georgie Best, Bobby Charlton, yeah? That's the United Trinity. That's our history. And what Man City trying to do? Build their own little thing here? You know, if we start doing this and giving statues out willy-nilly, you know, you might as well give Sean Goater one. Lee Bradbury, if you're going at it. Paul Dickov for scoring that goal that started all this shit. The rise. We're on the rise. Blue Moon Rising and all that shit. United don't even have one for the likes of Brian Robson, Roy Keane, Paul Scholes, Ryan Giggs. You know what I mean? You could give one Ronaldo then, couldn't you, really? Because he was shit at United. Wayne Rooney, United's all-time top goal scorer. Is there a statue of him? Is there any talk of it? No. Because we do things different on the red side of Manchester. And on the blue side of Stockport, I just don't know. And there's even rumours the statue will be him celebrating his goal in City's 6-1 win at Old Trafford. Absolute small time, man. That's number one. CockStroker of the week, Man City. Take it, deal with it, put it in the trophy cabinet.
Nonsense. Never heard so much rubbish in my life.
50. CockStroker of the week. That was your dose of CockStroker of the week. And just in keeping with this week's number one CockStroker of the week about the statue, I was listening to TalkSport while I was driving about, and ex-chairman Simon Jordan was saying about this statue and David Silva, it's 10 years recognition. Now, what he did mention as well, he would prefer a player to have a statue outside the ground for 10 years service rather than a testimonial. He thinks testimonials are pointless, you know, but the money does go to charity and stuff, so they're not as bad as they used to be. But here's your scary thought of the day. Next season, Phil Jones will have been at Manchester United for 10 bastard years. Just imagine it. Law, Best, Charlton, Jones. Let's do tweet of the week. It's time for tweet of the week. Here we go with tweet of the week. Let's honour the good tweeters out there. 3 nominations this week. It's my job to run you through from 3 down to that number 1 spot. Coming in at number 3, it was Are You My Believer on Twitter, who posted this video. It's a video of a little girl coming in to some bloke, could be a dad, I don't know, I'm not really asked. Anyway, she's come in, she says, do you want to play a little game? And he's like, yeah. And she says, who can punch the softest? So you're thinking, yeah, I'm up for a bit of this, you know, a bit of horseplay or whatever. So the video comes out, she comes in, gonna play the game. Yeah, he's in, and he's got to punch her first. So obviously it's going to be the lightest you can touch her. Just a little touch on the arm. Yeah, I think I've got this 1-1. So next minute, it's her turn. So she's going in. She's just ready to give him that little touch. When out of nowhere, the big haymaker comes in. Have a bit of that, you shithouse. And the best bit of it, the ending, she says, you win.
You win.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Number 2 this week, I am honouring ManUtd VanCam regular Dave Birtwistle for pointing me in the direction of this tweet. It's an absolute classic from Chris Kamara. Has he scored yet? You know the guy off Sky Sports, never has a Scooby-Doo what's going on, but he's great entertainment. And this week was nothing. This was just absolute biblical, man, in the words of Liam Gallagher. He's on some cooking show, he's sat there, and the conversation comes up about the late, great Georgie Best. So they're talking, and Chris Kamara says, he used to be great, you know, he dropped the shoulder, stuck it in from every angle, and I'll let the main man just say it himself. It's absolutely smashing.
From any angle. Yeah, absolutely. He's a great footballer as well.
Well done, Bertie.
He was such a lovely guy. Everybody remembers how he used to drop the shoulder and stick it in from any angle. Yeah, absolutely. He's a great footballer as well.
And taking on the number 1 spot this week, it's Odds Bible. What a corker of a tweet this was. I said in my last Van Cam a few weeks ago that them shower of deluded Scouse bellends are very, they just don't know what's going on in their head, right? They think they've won the double, you know, like United did in 2008, except we actually did the Champions League and Premier League double, so we could carry them trophies round. They were ours for the season till somebody else won them. Now, the pandemic, coronavirus and all that has meant that the Champions League final has been put back. So the minute somebody else wins that, that's it, it's not theirs. So we had the likes of Virgil van Dijk and all them getting pictures with the two of them. We won the double. You haven't. Listen here now, Kev's telling you did not win the double this season. So get it out and then thick, stupid minds, yeah? So this is where the tweet of the week comes in. Iker Casillas announced his retirement and Real Madrid tweeted out a picture of him with every single trophy he'd ever won. Shitload of silverware, man. He stood there looking like a boss in his suit, surrounded by Champions League trophies, La Liga trophies, you name it. That man won it. He did. He won the lot. Well, this is where Odds Bible come in. And they replied to Real Madrid and put, Liverpool fans will probably think he won all these trophies in one season. Woo! It's a low blow of that year's Scouse bellends. And that, my friends, was Tweet of the Week. That was Tweet of the Week. Ow! If someone's been a bellend, if you've seen a really good tweet, make sure you send it to me. Stick around at the end. I'll give you all the ways of getting in touch with Kev. And if it gets read out, you get accreditation. That's what it's all about. Now, sadly, we are coming to the end of another ManUtd VanCam. And I hope you've enjoyed it. But just stick around for a few minutes. You might have made your comments. I don't know why I did that. Ridiculous, man. Johnny Red, I want to say a very big thank you. Like David Conreen and Mr. Burt Whistle and John Vallandingham, all the regulars that promote VanCam, because I don't have the time, man. Do you know what I mean? It's hard enough putting a video together, but at the same time, I'm not going to spam you with 4 or 5 videos a day. I'm not going to be saying watch this, watch that. Ultimately, you'll watch it if you want to, but at the minute, it's 1 video a week. That's all I can do, man. But Johnny Red at the Gaffer said, fan channels not my thing, with the notable exceptions of at Kevin Ashford 7 ManUtd VanCam and Webby and O'Neill, which I would recommend you go and watch now if you've not already seen it. I can also do without tweets on official accounts demanding sign now and get out of my club. Kind of shit that Saeed comes out with, innit? All that. It's just clickbait. That's all it is. I will never ever go down that route, yeah? ManUtd VanCam, watch it. If you like it, that's great. If you didn't, then yeah. But thank you very much for promoting VanCam and recommending to a friend on Twitter. iFooty said, hope you and the family are safe and well in Ireland, missing VanCam. Had a really good time, mate. What I will say, got to the airport on the Wednesday night we were going and flew through. Couldn't believe it. It was like a ghost town. The terminal, thought they must have spread everyone out and that, and you know, it's really great. Get through security, get through to the other side. I'm gonna get myself a drink, man. Of course I am. Up the escalator, and the bar's there, some guys cleaning. I thought, this is great, there's no one at it. Excuse me, mate, you open? No, not open, not a single thing. Look on the board, the only flight leaving from that terminal was ours, flying into Belfast. And I thought, shit, ping, duty free was open. Sent the missus, go and get a bottle of wine, man. Let's get this party started. And we did. We sat there like a couple of tinkers, man, just drinking red wine from a bottle. Great, rock and roll, man, rock and roll. Jim McGill said, Kev, I must be crazy in my view that you are the best. You're not, mate. Really don't understand why not more subs. Yeah, that's a good point. I've been a United fan for 55 years and you talk more sense than most. Why don't you link up with Stretford Paddock guys? Seem like a good bunch. Listen, this is not a come and get me play, but if they want to hook up, they want me on there doing stuff, I'm open to anything. I'm supposed to be going on Flying Pig as well. He's been in touch, so just gotta spread your oats, haven't you, or whatever. Is that even a saying? Stuart Bowman, what a man! I had him in the comments for ages, and I must apologise in advance. He did send me a private message on Facebook from June. I've only just seen it. What are we in now? August. Christ, I'm bad. But he said, Kev, I live in New Jersey and my 82-year-old mother lives alone in New York City. So for 3 months I haven't been able to see her. My wife has to work from home. The terrible and tragic death of George Floyd, leading to protests and an arsehole in the White House, has made it tough going. So I just wanted to let you know from the bottom of my soul, VanCam makes it all disappear for 30 minutes once a week. So thanks, Kev. Keep that red flag flying. Bo, man, honestly, man, you will get me emotional. I need to snap out of it. I read that out to my wife and she was like, you are such a wanker. Why have you not read that? I said, listen, I do get loads of messages. I'm sorry that one slipped by, but listen, you've had to wait a few months, but I've read it out. I hope you're well. I hope the family's well. Stay true to yourself, Bo, man. We need words of support in the comments section. We will get through this. Of course we will. And with that, coming to the end of another show. Thanks everybody who watched, commented, liked, did all that shit. And yes, there's no come on United, but what I will say is have a great weekend, drink in moderation, and don't do anything that I wouldn't, which leads to all kinds of possibilities. Go out there and do that shit, man. See you later. I said your love, keep on lifting me higher and higher. Thanks very much for watching the video. You can also follow me on these other social media platforms. That's Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and of course, plenty of fish. Oh yeah! Thanks to everybody who gets involved, comments, likes, shares, subscribes. Subscribing is the main thing. It costs you nothing, and why wouldn't you want to do it? This is ManUtd VanCam.